No one in Nick's family was keeping track of him. No one. Nick's stepfather was a registered sex offender. His mom was on drugs. His dad was a deadbeat. He was failed by his family, first and foremost. They knew of his disabilities and didn't do anything to protect him. If they were so worried about his mental capability, they should have had him in a guardianship. He should have had a guardian, and if he would have had a proper guardian, he wouldn't have had the freedom to get on a bus and go anywhere.
Yep, and he wouldn't have done the things in the McDonald's either.
Yep.
Exactly. Just to, you know what you're talking about too. Like,
my son will be in a guardianship when he's 18. There is no way in hell he will ever be on a bus going to someone's house. It's the responsibility of the parent or someone in the family to manage the person that has the disability that can't care for himself. And if they cared about him, they would have been managing that rather than letting him get on a bus.
Exactly, and they didn't even let him stay home by himself. That's why he was at the McDonald's. He was not allowed to be home alone, and so they just let him leave and go to like a public place.
I don't know much about Bobby Godejohn. Were they scared of him? They should have been scared about the convicted sex offender that the mom was married to. That's who they should have been scared of. No, when you have a child that has a disability like Nick and they're claiming that he needed help, it is the responsibility of the guardian and of the parent, period. They want to fall on their sword and blame Gypsy. They need to blame themselves because they weren't doing their job and Nick didn't have the services that he needed. If he was as bad off as they're saying, they failed him.
Exactly. My sister has I think a 70-something IQ, and she's severely autistic, and my mom will have custody of her. Even after she's 18, she'll never be able to live alone, and then someone else in the family has to take over if something happens to my mother. And
yeah, my son's IQ is 74. He has autism, medical, we will have guardianship of him. You can sure bet that nobody's going to be paying for him to go on a bus anywhere.
Exactly. All my sister's tablet time and everything is monitored, and she's 15. She acts like her brain level will be at like a 10-year-old's, and that's pretty much going to stay. And that's sad, but it's true. And it's a reality everyone in our family has faced. And we all make exceptions and we all work together for her. And we know what the future is for her. And we just try to make the best of it. And that's what they should have been doing for Nick.
Exactly. His family should have been all rallying around him, getting him the services that he needed and doing what they could to help him instead of yes. And he was charged in the McDonald's incident. Yes, he was charged in the McDonald's incident.
A McDonald's he never should have been at by himself. I don't think anyone understands that his family literally let him wander around, and at any point anything bad could have happened. You would have to be around a special needs child to understand that is wild to me, to think that they just said, here, have fun on the bus, see you when you get back. That is just mind-blowing to me.
And they didn't monitor his internet use either. I'm sure he was exposed to so much brain rot.
The McDonald's incident was that he was at a McDonald's using their Wi-Fi for 9 hours looking at corn and pleasuring himself.
And
he had a weapon. He had a weapon.
And this is exactly our point. He literally was not safe in society, and his family was doing nothing they weren't stepping up even after all that.
Even if they told him not to go on the bus, because we're saying in the chat, the point is if he was in a guardianship, they could have prevented him from going to witness.
Exactly. So if he had a guardian, right, they can stop all of that. They can say, no, you can't go, because they have the legal right to say that. No, power of attorney, no, guardianship, period. He's either fully disabled or he's not.
A guardianship is literally saying that they never reach 18. So when someone reaches 18, they're an adult and they can do what they want. A guardianship pretty much says that they will never be an adult in society's eyes, and they will not be able to make their own decisions. They'll always have a parent or somebody to look out for them.
There's no way he had a guardianship if he went to trial. Absolutely.